with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
First down. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Tyrell Williams, his second touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Raiders 7, Chiefs nothing. Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Check 4, check 4.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And this one's incomplete. The tight end, Luke Wilson, was the target, but it'll be 2nd down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
That one, a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
Let's go for Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. Mecole Hardman, the intended target.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
This is Jalen Richard, the 4th-year man from Southern Miss. He'll have a 1st down past the 40 and all the way up to the 46. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a 1st down.
17 yards.
Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They run it with a rookie from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
From midfield, here's Carr. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 39. Like Antonio Brown, Tyrell Williams came to the Raiders in March. Came up the coast from L.A., where he caught 41 balls last year with the Chargers. His best year was 2016 when the Chargers were still in San Diego. Over 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns, and the Raiders really have high hopes for this 27-year-old receiver. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Carr going to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Emmanuel Ogbah. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
3rd and long.
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
I got it. Express.
From the gun, it's Carr. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Carr now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Switch. Check 13. Check 13. Shit.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Shotgun now for Carr. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, 2nd year, even more success. A pick 6 for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year 1. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the pick six, and then decent field position and throwing that pick six, we'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
I'm coming after you.
Jacobs now trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Down. You're wide at 8. Check 53. All day, dog.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Here we go. Pick the edge, pick the edge. Come.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I'm not sure that you'd call it a trick play, but it definitely showed some imagination there. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to come back and show this play a few more times before this one is over.
Let's go.
Throwing on 2nd down, Mahomes. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose.
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off by Rashad Breeland. These two teams all tied after 1. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
First carry now for the backup, LaShawn McCoy. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Yellow. It's just me and you.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Mahomes. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 5.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes rolling to his right. He is going to find Hill here. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 27-yard line.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 27. They'll run it with McCoy. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Mahomes, that's out to Hill, right side complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Watch the curve. Yellow. Watch twins. Watch twins. Out. Check safety. Hey, 57. He's checking crack. Charlie. Right, 55. Check, 55. Right.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Kill. Hey, turn it out. Tight dog.
They'll keep it on the ground with McCoy this time. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Kelsey, the intended receiver there. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. 24th pick in the spring by Oakland was Josh Jacobs. Only rushed for 640 yards last year at Alabama, but when you consider the offensive depth chart they had, it makes it understandable. So young, won't turn 22 until February, and they're really hoping that the veteran presence of 30-year-old Doug Martin can be a guiding light for Jacobs. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
I'm going back to you.
On the draw, Richard. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Now, 50, 180. Hey, we're good. 180.
From the gun, Carr. He's going to wind up and air it out. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Bashaud Breeland. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, If your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. He's got his running back, LaShawn McCoy. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. They'll try to right side with McCoy. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with McCoy. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's McCoy. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Throw left side complete. That's Hill. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Now Mahomes. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range. But boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play. Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Check 43.
Now McCoy. Vontez Burfict, the one to get him down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. For these Raiders and quarterback Derek Carr, the Chiefs, they have been their kryptonite in the AFC West. With Derek Carr as a starter, just 2-8 against KC, 2-6 before Mahomes became the starter. Well, the road not likely to get any easier anytime soon. Muscles by at the 25 and inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game.
Down. 180. Get the ball.
On first down, Carr. It's a screen to Richard. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Down. 180. Hey, we're good. 180. Hey, 734. 50, Mike's 50. That's right, baby. They don't want.
Now Carr. Over the middle, complete. That's Nelson. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal.
Down. 180. Check. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal.
Drop deep, drop deep.
They'll keep it on the ground. Richard. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Derek Carr, his 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7 as they come up 1st and 10. Now a pass that's taken in by Hill. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 77 yards. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. That is a dangerous combination right there as we are learning quickly. Mahomes to Hill.
And think about the number of ways that they are dangerous, because Hill can run past anyone, so he can throw it all the way downfield to him. But also on the shorter catches, as we saw here, catch it underneath, catch it in front of someone, he makes a move or uses his speed, and he's still gone. Either way, he can go the distance.
And either way, good luck. The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Morris Claiborne makes the play defensively. Now Carr. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense, because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
I got you. I got you.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. Throw left side, taken in by Renfro. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Carr. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Darren Lee able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And it's third down. 3rd and 14.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And with a 3rd and 14, we have 6 defensive backs out there now defensively.
Hey, you got 3, you got 3. 3 down, 3 down.
Operating from the gun, Carr. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Frank Clark in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Here's the Raiders punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this 1st down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cleveland Farrell able to record his 5th sack of the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And Hill with it over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run on 1st down. It's McCoy. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So a 3rd and 9 and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
Now here's Mahomes. Space to maneuver at the 40. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And all the way up to the 46. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit. And another 1st down.
at the 46-yard line.
Give these traps. Let's go. Switch.
On first down, McCoy. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Get trapped. Get trapped. Check 9. Check 9. Shift.
Back to the ground, this time with Bell. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll go again with Bell. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Kansas City Chiefs. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Eyes up. Jim. Hey, watch this.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Bell. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Check nickel. Slam.
They'll run it with Bell. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Bell.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Let's go, defense. Hey, 57. We got double up.
To throw is Mahomes. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. They'll run on first down. It's Bell, and he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 16-yard line.
Double dog. That's the way.
Again, it's Bell, and running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Now here's a timeout, as they will indeed call it with 5 seconds to go and a chance with a field goal to win the game. Everything right now resting on the right foot of Harrison Butker. His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's for the win. And this one is right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year. But he knocked it through just like it was an easy chip shot.
And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35.